guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Lou, and today we're diving into a few books that have really been some of a big change for me and something that kept me reading. So if you're into love triangles, emotional roller coasters, or stories that leave you thinking what just happened, this video is for you. Today we're talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. If you have already seen the show or read the books, you already know that Cousins Beach is not just a normal vacation, it's like a vibe. We follow the main character, Belly, who's short for Isabel, who spends every summer with her mom's best friends, including the two brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah. But this summer, everything changes. It mostly changes in the first book, The Summer I Turned Pretty. Belly's grown up and suddenly she's caught between the boy she's always loved and the one who's always been there for her. In book number 1, it's all about new feelings, shifting dynamics, and realizing that growing up means things get a little bit messy. When it comes to It's Not Summer Without You, in my opinion, this book was dealt with a lot of grief, distance, with Belly and Conrad falling apart, to wake with something huge. But when Jeremiah shows up asking Belly to come back from Cousins, we're thrown right back into the little triangle of love. By the time we get to Always Have Summer, 2 years have passed from the last book, and Belly thinks she knows who she wants to be with, but as secrets come out and old feelings resurface, she's forced to really choose, not between just the two brothers, but between the futures with who she'll be. So, in my opinion, this was my favorite one, then this one, in my opinion. When I was watching the show, I didn't really like it as much. I feel like they missed out on some of the details, but now that they have the season 3 coming out, I think it's going to be good. I haven't been able to see the premiere at all yet, but I think that they're going to do good with it because I've liked the show so far, but I just like the books better. If you don't want a spoiler to the book, I'll put the number up here to where you can skip to. So, I think that in this book, Belly made the right decision, but I feel like she caused so much drama between the family, and I feel like that was unnecessarily too much, but I'm excited to see how it ends up in the show, and we'll see if it's any better. In these 3 though, I think the best one overall for I don't know, not even just character development, but I feel like the best one overall is just the first one. I feel like that's the best in my opinion. I always think the best of everything is good. Like the first movie, I always think every movie is the first one is the best. So I definitely picked The Summer I Turned Pretty. And yeah, and I think that even though Susanna did die, I think that was a good feature to kind of drag the family apart and pull them back together, mostly towards the end of this book. They're each pretty quick reads. I was able to read these 2 with about 3 weeks, but this one was the longest and honestly was the hardest to get through. Next we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I got this book from Target. I was thinking it'd be more of a light book, but when you read the back, it's definitely for more mature, people. I haven't finished it all the way yet. I'm almost done it, but I think so far it's a really good book. As you read the book, we follow Daphne, who's the main character, who just moved to a small town with her fiance, only for him to dump her for his childhood best friend, which was a big plot twist. And Daphne ends up living with his ex's ex, Miles. And yes, at first, it's very awkward and petty, but absolutely amazing. They pretended to be cool with everything, but slowly, really slowly, they begin to bond. It's almost 3 months into her living with him is when she finally starts talking. There's a fake dating thing that they're doing to try and get back at their exes, and emotional healing, and some great commentary on letting go of a future you thought was guaranteed. Emily Henry does a great job of blending humor and heartache in a funny story. Might be her emotionally satisfying book yet. It's all about chances, but also choosing yourself even when it's hard. The book has a lot of detailing to it and has a lot more more mature words, especially way more than the Summer I Turned Pretty series. So I think definitely this one is for more older, and The Summer I Turned Pretty is for more younger, but still more teenish. Overall, I think I would give this book a 7 out of 10 for me personally. I do prefer romance over fantasy and mystery and stuff like that, so I think this is a good one, but my favorite romance-ish, coming of age was definitely the whole Summer I Turned Pretty series. My favorite part of the book was when how, and this is another spoiler, so you can just skip ahead a little bit. I'll put the time right here again. So my favorite part of this book was when Miles was trying to like talk to Daphne and trying to fake a relationship, even though he wanted to be with her the whole time. He just did like more subtle things throughout like the beginning of the book, and then as they got more deeper into it, Daphne started catching on and started like reacting to it and being with him. Overall, so far has been a good book. I can't update you guys when I do finish it. And one thing I do like about this is that this paperback edition includes trivia questions, which I think is pretty cool, so you can like study how much you know, and a playlist by the author. I'm not quite sure what that means, but that's on the end of the book. I almost skipped ahead to see what the questions were, but I know I can't do that until I finish the books. But I'm pretty much done almost. I got about like 50-ish, no, a little more than 50, about like 80 pages left. Overall, I would say this is a relatively quick read, especially if I had more of a higher reading level. This would have been much faster for me, but since I had to go over some of the words and reread it, it was definitely a little tricky for me to kind of figure out what they're saying, and even like half the new words I've learned, I still don't understand, but I try to use like my references to kind of figure out. Last but definitely not least is No Way Home by Jodie Fieldman. This book is a total thrill ride. If you like international mysteries, high stakes situations, and wait for who you can actually trust, this one is for you. This story follows Tess, who's sent to a exchange program, but one night her host family just disappears out of nowhere. And just like that, Tess is alone in a foreign country with no money, no phone, and no explanation. No, that's not right. What I loved most about this book was how fast-paced it was. You're like constantly questioning everyone, and like once you think you figured out who it is, then it makes it like kind of trickery kind of, because then it's like, oh wait, is this person or this person, this person or this person. But Tess has to rely on her instincts to figure out what's going on, and the more twists just keep coming. It's more of a thriller than a romance, so if you need a break for some like romance books, this one's good. For me personally, one thing I didn't like about this so much was the Italian in it. That kind of threw me off since I know nothing about it, so it was hard for me to kind of keep going with it. I did have to stop partially. This is just my bookmark. I did have to stop a couple times because I just got so lost in the book. I kind of just gave up on it. But like a lot of this book is mostly English, but there is some phrases that are in Italian that did confuse me. But overall, for me, I would give this book a 6 out of 10. I think it was a good book, but maybe just not for my type. I prefer romance over like everything though, so that's just me. One thing I do wish if there was a little bit more romance. I know this is supposed to be focusing on like a thriller and like murder type of thing, but I think if there was a little bit of romance, that could have stopped her and that could have made the book a little bit more interesting just for me. This book is definitely darker and more suspenseful, so this is a lot better if you want to like. The author did a very good job for like giving good details and stuff throughout the book that are like, you can kind of make up the picture in your mind, but she still gives you an idea of what it could be, so I like that a lot. So whether you're into romantic, emotional, or mystery eras, one of these books may be for you. Now just for a quick little recap of everything I talked about. The Summer I Turned Pretty is for those nostalgic, messy summers in a love triangle. Funny Story is a more comedy kind of roommate tension with an unexpected emotional depth for character development. No Way Home is for readers who love to be at the edge of their seat and like keep thinking of one thing and then something else really just happens. Let me know in the comments which one you've read or which one you're adding to your like bucket list, and if you kind of like this recap and review of books, don't forget to give a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.